Canada's most wanted fugitive was arrested, only hours after police announced a $250,000 reward on his head. That fugitive was wanted for the brutal murder of a hardworking father, following a petty dispute at a Toronto area Boston Pizza. So, let's get straight into it. On October 13, 2021, Toronto police were called to a Boston Pizza in the Cinemart Drive and Milner Avenue area of Scarborough for reports of a shooting. When they arrived, they found 43-year-old Craig McDonald suffering from a gunshot wound. McDonald was at the Boston Pizza that night to watch the Leafs game. He was described as a hardworking father of 5 and worked at Providence Healthcare in Scarborough, where he won numerous employee awards. However, when he wasn't working, McDonald was a die-hard Leafs fan. That's what had brought him to Boston Pizza that evening. His Toronto Maple Leafs were playing the Montreal Canadiens, a game they ended up winning 2-1. However, while inside, McDonald reportedly got into an argument with another man, later identified as 32-year-old Abdul Aziz Muhammad. The reason for their argument is currently unknown. But the argument was eventually broken up, and Muhammad left the establishment. But it's alleged that he didn't leave the area. He allegedly waited for McDonald in the parking lot, laying in ambush. At around 11:40 p.m., McDonald was on his way out to the parking lot when he was allegedly confronted by Muhammad. Muhammad then allegedly shot him and fled the scene. McDonald was fatally struck and was later pronounced dead at a local hospital. The 43-year-old father had been murdered, allegedly over a petty argument inside the restaurant. The shooting also happened in October 2021, a month in which Toronto police noted a spike in gun violence. McDonald's murder was one of 11 that police investigated that month. The shooting shocked the community. He was a hardworking father of 5, callously gunned down in a parking lot over a petty argument. But it wouldn't be long before police issued an arrest warrant. Less than 2 weeks later, Toronto police would charge Muhammad with first-degree murder in relation to the shooting. However, there was only one problem. Muhammad was nowhere to be found. He had gone on the run. In the meantime, McDonald's family laid him to rest. He was buried in his Leafs jersey as part of a blue and white themed funeral. The case would remain stagnant for months until, on April 26, 2022, Canadian authorities, in coordination with the BOLO program, announced an unprecedented award of $250,000 for any information leading to Muhammad's arrest. The BOLO program is an initiative launched in 2018. Its goal is to use public awareness campaigns and cooperation between various Canadian police departments and agencies in order to catch wanted fugitives. The program also has an international component, as Canadian authorities work closely with Interpol, and have even put up billboards of Canadian fugitives in countries across Africa, Europe, and Asia. As a result, a total of 7 wanted fugitives have been captured since the program started. This includes Toronto rapper Top Gunner, who was a fugitive wanted in connection with the infamous Scarborough playground shooting, an incident where 2 girls were shot during a failed gang hit. Top Gunner would eventually be arrested north of Toronto, following a BOLO campaign that saw billboards with his face placed across the Greater Toronto area. However, police announced a new reward on Muhammad as part of a list of Canada's 25 most wanted criminals. Muhammad's name was number 1. Another person placed on that list was Toronto rapper Mr. Wallahi, who is currently wanted for murder in connection with the brutal shooting death of a community worker in Regent Park. However, even Toronto police would be surprised when, only hours after announcing the new reward, an anonymous caller phoned in and gave them Muhammad's location. The award was announced on a Tuesday morning. By Tuesday night, Muhammad was in handcuffs. Police had originally believed he was hiding out in the Greater Toronto area, which is where it seems he was caught, although the location of his arrest has still yet to be confirmed. Muhammad is presumed innocent until proven guilty. There are 2 major takeaways from this story. First, this story is another reminder that major Canadian cities, like Toronto, aren't as immune to senseless gun violence as we like to believe. We often assume that these things only happen in America. But, clearly, this isn't the case. He was a hardworking father, gunned down for nothing. We don't know what was said between McDonald and Muhammad, but it's safe to say that nothing that could have been said would justify allegedly killing him over. But this is the new Toronto that we live in. People's first instinct is to pick up a gun. This story also goes to show just how little loyalty there is in the streets. Within literal hours of police announcing the $250,000 reward, someone called them up and led police to his front door. It could have been a complete stranger, who saw the news coverage and realized they had spotted him. But, more likely, someone close to Muhammad saw the massive reward and did what they felt they had to do. As the saying goes, there's no honor amongst thieves. With the skyrocketing cost of living, the problems with housing prices, and increasing gun violence, is Toronto really the place to live? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Also, please like, subscribe, and all of that. See you in the next one.